Hey guys, what's up? Today we're going to talk a little bit about these little fellers, these magazines from AC Unity. AC Unity, MP5, 9x19, 30 round magazines for the MP5. Let's talk about it. Alright, so if you're an MP5 guy, you probably know that MP5 magazines are not the cheapest things out there. If you're going to get you some legit, like HK magazines, I think, don't quote me on this, but I think ballpark those things are around like the $80, $90 or $70 or something. They're expensive. They're not cheap. If you get legit, right, like HK legit magazines. Then you've got little guys like this who I can't remember which one this is. This is got a couple of them. Got two of them. Okay. So I have a POF magazine that came with my MP5, right? My POF MP5. And then I bought three other, I think they're KCI magazines. And I know there's like a Gen 1, Gen 2 out there. I don't remember which ones are which ones are good and bad. I don't know. But what I can tell you is so far on my MP5, the POF has not had any issues. And I mean, you can tell by the wear, like yes, I do a lot of dry fire, run around the house and play ninja kind of stuff. But you can tell I actually do use these, right? That's legit use, okay? I don't remember how many rounds I have through each one of these magazines. I don't keep that kind of count. But I do know that I can foggily remember on one hand how many malfunctions I've had with this MP5. And most of that would be ammunition related, not necessarily magazine related. Like I'm extremely painfully honest on that. These I don't have issues with. I hear other people say they have issues with feeding issues or whatever. But guys, I'm sorry. Like these magazines now they're all a break, but they seem to work very well. But they're still around that $30 mark, or at least they were whenever I bought them. A couple weeks ago, actually, it's been several months ago. I saw these on, is it RTG? I can't remember. I can't remember the website. But I saw these around a couple different places. These are a plastic, right? These are not metal. These are all metal, right? Your standard ones are like stamp sheet metal magazines, right? Those are all metal. This is not metal. This is a plastic magazine with the window on the side that is supposed to work for the MP5. It's an MP5 magazine, right? Made by AC Unity. All right, so at the time of recording this video, I don't think I have seen any actual video reviews of these AC Unity magazines. I think I've seen some articles and some discussions, maybe not articles, but some discussions, I think on Reddit and maybe on AR15.com. Some people talk about them, and it's very little information out there that I could personally find. Maybe you can find them if you look a little harder than I do. Maybe you can find them out there. But for me, I was like, these are like, I think they were like about 20 bucks, 22 bucks or something like that. You can get 4 of them for less than 100 or something like that. So I say that a lot, don't I? Something like that. Anyway, but they're cheaper. They're significantly cheaper than your stamp steel magazines. And they're not the ETG. Is it ETG? Who makes those other magazines? I can't remember. Where's the War Poet? ETS. ETS. I think ETS makes magazines as well. I know they make them for Glock. This is the one I got from John for the War Poet. But I think ETS makes magazines as well for the MP5 that are like this, right? They're long. They're smoke gray or whatever. But they're out there and they have mixed results, or mixed reviews. Some people really like them. Some people say that they really don't work. So when I saw these a long time ago, I was like, oh, I want to get some, but they were out of stock, and they were out of stock for forever. And then of all years, this year, it popped up and I got an email saying that they were back in stock. So I picked up a couple of them, and I'm only running one of them right now, because the other one, I'm using it on another build, kind of like an AR-15 MP5 kind of thing I'm working on. And to use it for that one, I have to shave down a couple little nubs, right? So I have to shave down some nubs and make it a little bit, just a little bit smaller outside diameter to work in the other gun. So I won't use this in the MP5 because it's a little bit too loose, a little loosey-goosey. Actually, I have used it in here, right? See, it's a little loosey-goosey. I have used it in here, and it does seem to be fine. Even, well, no, that was one of the things. These are actually pretty stiff. These don't move around a whole lot. If you put a stock steel magazine in here, it's got plenty of wiggle room around, right? You put the one that I modified, it's got a little bit worse wiggle. you put the unmodified magazine in, it's pretty stout. It's in there pretty well. But it does go in and lock. Nice and easy. But yeah, anyway. So we're going to shoot some of these today. I'm going to do kind of a little bit of torture testing as far as like sand, gravel, throwing it around kind of stuff. Just kind of see how it works. This is going to have to be an overtime kind of thing, so this might take a long time to actually get a lot of rounds through these. But if we see blaring malfunctions right off the bat, then we're going to know that, yeah, these are 20 bucks because they're worth 20 bucks. They're not 40 or 100 bucks, you know, like some of the other ones. So anyway, let's get to shooting some, and let's just see how well this guy works. All right, one thing that I do know that I like so far about these that are different than the standard magazines, this is a KCI, okay? If you have fully loaded 30 rounds in one of these steel magazines, it can be a bear to try to load it, right? You can hit it, you can smack it, it just doesn't want to go in there without locking the bolt back. Then it will go in just fine, and then you close your bolt, and you load around. One thing I like so far about these guys, this is loaded to 30, okay? Can be a little tricky. You gotta look on both sides. See how on both sides it's got the open window and you have the numbers. You have 30, 25, and 15. You can see the 30 right here. It's down to 30. You can see that. On the other side, it looks like it's at 29. It's not. I took this out, verified it again. If it says 30 on one side and 29 on the other, then it has 30 in it, okay? For whatever reason, they just did it that way. I don't know why. I really don't know why. But it has 30 rounds in it. Closed bolt. You see that? It's a closed bolt. And he will sit and lock in there. He's in there, right? So a nice, firm in, and he's in. Not coming out. Okay? It is a little tough, a little bit. But you can see it's built into the system to where with 30 rounds, maybe I'll turn it this way, you can see, with 30 rounds, it still has some give to it. Okay, so they kind of had that in mind. I don't know if that was on purpose or not, but that's something that I have noticed. Just a little, haha, you can load 30 rounds. You don't have to download. It's built into the system to load 30 rounds. You could force a 31 round in there, but it's not going to work very well. You're going to know that you're overloading the gun. All right, guys, so here we go. I don't know exactly how we're going to test this, but with 30 rounds, we're just going to do some dirt and sand and whatever and gravel and see what works, see if something just breaks this. So let's just do a couple rounds to make sure that it is cycling how it is supposed to cycle, and then we'll just do some funky, crazy stuff to it. One more round. Actually, we'll put that on safe and set that to the side. We'll leave that one round in there. That might actually help it or hinder it. I have no idea. But let's take this guy and, I don't know, let's just drop it in the sand. Let's get it kind of sandy. Here's a berm over here. Right? See if we can do some tomahawk action. Well, kind of, not really. Oh, but it did pop a round out. That's not really good, right? But this is like some really fine, nasty sand. See this stuff? This is like silt. Really gross, nasty stuff. Put that round back in there. Oh, you hear that? Listen. Ooh, yeah. It's like a gritty sandwich. Okay, let's load that back up. That's why we left one in the chamber. So let's see if that makes any issues and blows my gun up. Seems to not really care. Back on safe. Put him away. Now let's just chuck it across the gravel here. I know we had one round come out, so we've got, I think, 22 rounds. Started to come out. See the gravel. Who cares about leaves? We had the one round try to come out. We still got about 22 rounds in there, looks like. Can't imagine, except for getting in some kind of real tough fight altercation where you would actually do that to the magazine. I don't know. But we scratched it up a little bit. Still got the 22 rounds in it. Load that back up into this guy. And let's shoot a couple rounds. Seemingly unfazed, okay? Let's step it up a little bit. All right, so this is arguably one of the dumbest tests. Can you actually see what's going on? Arguably one of the dumbest tests that people do. Because at what point are you gonna be like, I'm fighting, oh no, I'm gonna take my magazine out and throw it on the ground? Well, okay, it's really just to test the durability of the magazine. The feed lips, if you drop it on the feed lips, if you drop the magazine, is it gonna pop open and explode? Because that is a big deal. If it's a cheap made magazine and you have to drop your gun or do something and the magazine blows out, well then it's a piece of junk and don't get it, okay? So we're gonna drop it a couple times. It's still got like 16 rounds, I think. So we'll drop it 3 times from eye level on the feed lips. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Check that guy out. I don't see, keep it in the light, I don't see any like cracks or anything. I see lots of scratches from earlier, but I don't see any cracks. So now, we'll drop it. This will probably shoot rounds out the top because it's got a lot of spring on it right now because it's not fully loaded. But we'll drop it on the base 3 times, eye level. 1. Yep. 2. And 3. Okay. So there you go. Is what it is, what you'd expect. It's got scratches on it, probably from before. Obviously, when this thing hits, you can hear the rounds springing up and down. Probably needs to be loaded all the way up for that really to make any difference. But, you know, it is what it is. So what let's do, pick that round back out, because I want to do something that might break it. Because I have all the faith in the world that this thing just, it works. Right? It's a magazine, it's gonna work. This is a heavy gun though, okay? So what will happen, we're gonna do it over here. I don't wanna do it on there. This is a, yeah, I don't wanna do that. The one thing I'm worried about, the one thing I would be worried about is this gun is very heavy, especially with this quad rail on here or tri-rail, whatever. If you were to drop it on the magazine itself, I'm kind of scared about that because I don't want to damage my gun. I don't know how well MP5s work or how they work. I know kind of how they work, but this is stamped metal. If I bend something, I don't think I have the tools to fix it. So that is one test that I won't do. I would really love to just take this and drop it, but I have a feeling with... I should do it, but I'm not going to. I should do it. If I get $2,000 of money worth out of this video, then I'll do that, just in case I break something, because that's about how much it would cost to replace one of these in nowadays money and nowadays availability. So I'm not going to do that right now. That would be a very interesting thing, but the magazine in and of itself, I think is fine. Let's finish off these rounds. Oops, no, didn't put it in there far enough. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. I did, but then I didn't guess. I second guessed myself. Okay, let's finish off these rounds. Just pop a couple, and yeah, we'll do some final thoughts after that. Gotta make short work of it. I love this gun. There you go. There you go, guys. There you go. Okay, so aside from the one test we didn't do, AC Unity. Test of one 130 round magazine, throwing it around, putting some dirt in it and whatever, really seems to be fine. That's kind of child's play when it comes to longevity. That's not even child's play. That's just like, it should do that. Any bad quality magazine should last you that. I will tell you, I've been using this a little bit more than just those 30 rounds, right? I've had this out a couple different times and I haven't had any issues with it, right? It's been fine. So time will tell. That seems to be the thing with my my videos now. It's like, I'll say time will tell. It's like, well, why did you make the video? Well, because I want to show you the process as I go along, right? If I waited for forever before I made a video, I wouldn't make any videos and y'all wouldn't have any content to watch while you're going to the bathroom or whatever. So I do this for y'all. So anyway, time will tell how well these things will work. I still have a couple in the packaging. I'm kind of waiting on that other build that I'm doing where I had to modify these a little bit to get them to fit because I think these will work really well in that gun. I'm hoping they will. And if I can get that gun to run 100% reliable, then these will probably be the magazines for that. I'll keep the steel ones for this gun and we'll just run them like that. Not that they won't work vice versa, but they should be fine. Anyway, guys, if you have any questions about these AC Unity magazines, please let me know. If there's any specific things you want to know about them, hollow points. I don't have any hollow points today. But that is something I will try out. Shoot, I have some flat points at home, but I don't have any hollow points. I will try some hollow points next chance I get, because that's a real thing. Thank you for reminding me, whoever thought about that and almost wrote it in the comments. Anyway, hope you all enjoyed that. Y'all be good to be safe. And, yeah, that's it. Brain fart. Brain fart! Y'all take care. Hopefully we'll catch y'all in the next video.